there's an explosion in activity in terms of people working remotely, as you might expect. And, Gartner has helped us with this. And we see that, the peak at the evening hasn't changed a whole lot, but certainly that daytime usage has exploded, right? We're seeing, a 35-ish% increase in that 9 to 5 daily window, which is causing new stresses and challenges for people who have to manage both the network and the delivery of those services. So, I talked a bit about the challenges. As the delivery of these services rather change, IT departments no longer have the same level of control and visibility over the components that serve that service. For example, historically, if somebody were to be using the Microsoft Unified Communications Stack, some service provider might come to your office, or in your own data center, you might do this, but you might deploy some servers in your data center or in your server room that would be running things like Skype for Business and Exchange servers and things like that. You would deploy some sort of application or network management tool to manage all the components that are behind that, make sure those things are up and running. And that's how you would manage and make sure that, users had timely and good access to those services. Well, now those servers no longer exist in your data center or in your customer's data center. They're in Microsoft's data center, and users are just accessing that through a browser. So the tools needed to understand if users are able to access those services as they should, and if there are problems, where are those problems? New tools and techniques are needed to solve those problems. So how does Martello fit into that? So, we have a number of tools that can help with those challenges, ranging from the ability to assess the capacity of your network. So if you're going to have a number of users in your network or in your sites consuming voice and video services, we have real-time assessment tools to make sure that the network is capable and can manage the load, whether that's your home office or when we all get back to work at some point and you're back in a larger branch office or head office, having the ability to understand, can the network support 50 users, 100 users that are doing real-time voice and video? We can provide that assessment for you. And then on the IT operations side, we can provide a rich set of dashboards that can be accessed remotely so that you can understand how the business continues to operate, whether you're locally in the office or remote. So again, that's the combination of data from popular tools like SolarWinds and ServiceNow and System Center combined together, because often the services that you might be dependent on are spanning those tools or spanning the traditional silos like network and storage and virtualization, but you still need overall visibility across that tool set. And last but not least, we want to make sure that you have fast access to the cloud-hosted services that you might be relying on, whether that's Office 365, Workday, ServiceNow, et cetera, et cetera. And then, of course, as I mentioned, being remote these days, being able to be notified on your mobile device is a critical part of this solution as well.